Did you know that drinking raw milk is a dangerous criminal activity? The owner of the raw foods co-op in Venice Beach, California, called Rawsome, was arrested this morning.
Like I said, the charge is a 187A, the conspiracy to commit a crime, the sale of raw products.
James asked for the charges this morning and they refused to tell him. They just said we have a search warrant for the property. And they did not read him his rights, and there's one other witness besides me that saw that not happen.
These are files out of our office that this officer is confiscating right now. There's a computer there, hard drive.
About 2 hours ago, they brought a flatbed truck and backed it into the lot.
Freshly slaughtered chickens, bison, beef, fresh fish, everything. They poured out the milk into the sink.
The plastic is all the meat. We had bison vacuum sealed. And those brown boxes are coconuts that you can go buy at Whole Foods, and they're taking them out right now. There's watermelons there too. They're taking watermelons. They're taking everything. We don't know what they're gonna do with it. I'm assuming they're gonna take it to the dump and get rid of it. I don't see. That's where they go. I don't see why they would test coconuts.
I think it's really hypocritical when we have people fighting overseas and dying for our supposed freedom, when at the same time our government is taking our freedoms away and treating small farmers like criminals.
Threat is the agriculture industry. It's instigated by Scarlett Treviso, who is with the Department of Agriculture for LA County. Scarlett Treviso has warranted these raids for the past 5 years. What do they want? Why are they doing it? It's because the actual Department of Agriculture is being confronted because we want raw dairy. They want to pasteurize our dairy. It inhibits thousands, millions of dollars that come into the agricultural industry through the dairy industry.
When you pasteurize milk, you kill
totally different food.
You deactivate the enzymes. There's an enzyme called lactase. You need lactase to be able to digest lactose. Why do you think we have a huge, epidemic of lactose intolerance?
They took everything. Okay, so if you want any information on the club, go to realfoodrights.com. All right. I don't think there's going to be. Well, James is in jail now, so when he gets out of jail, he'll make some statements on that website, so you all know what's going on. But
And I just drove up here from San Clemente, California. It took me about an hour and a half. I wish I got here sooner. On Facebook this morning, there were multiple websites that I'm connected with talking about this. People are outraged across the nation that this is happening again.
They went in like this was a drug raid. Last year, they were raided also with armed policemen.
Who we all pay for is participating in this kind of baloney when there is real crime out there.
Legal issue of this is that these people aren't selling food. It's the owners of the food. We're paying for this food. This is a way for people in California in urban areas to get access to farm fresh food without actually having to move away and raise a farm on our own.
And I'm very angry because of what's going on in our country. If I could, I'd immigrate somewhere.
I just thought it was ironic that here we have an image of our government actually literally dumping gallons and gallons of valuable, nourishing food in the trash. I think that's terrorism, really.
I agree.
Everyone's going in just to see that none of the food that they have already purchased and paid for is there anymore. It's all been dumped.
All the stuff that comes from Pennsylvania, raw cream, raw milk, sour cream, butter, they all stack up here. And over here is where all the Amish goes away. God, I'm getting so emotional I can't talk.
The food they just got rid of was food that's better than you can buy at Ralph's or Albertsons or any commercial grocery store, filled with chemicals. And there are new dairy funds in 2012 coming up, and I just wonder how much of this has to relate with the International Dairy Federation and the National Dairy Council's involvement and lobbying with the FDA to make sure that they keep that money flowing to them. As the citizens and people become more aware of what they're putting in their body and the ramifications that come from that, whether it's ill health or benefiting your health, I think they're just going to keep trying harder and harder to shut these kinds of wonderful places down. And it's political, it's motivated by money and lots of lobbyists. So
while people live off of McDonald's junk food, smoke cigarettes, and drink alcohol to their heart's content, we are not allowed to choose to drink raw milk.
And the ironic thing is, raw milk is legal in California.
Exactly.
And we have contracts that we sign that say this is us purchasing. They're not liable for anything. I sign that. I take the risk. I buy the food. I buy it directly from the farmer. I know their name. I know their address.
This is a personal story for me because I grew up on raw milk. And I was recently looking for a place where I could purchase raw milk, so I know what the cow's being fed, how the cow's being treated.
It's not just raw dairy, it's dairy from grass-fed cows. The cows have to be out eating green grass.
Especially after I saw the documentary King Corn recently and became aware of the fact that they're feeding cows corn as opposed to grass, which makes the cow sick, and thus they give them a lot of antibiotics.
I would never go back to drinking corn-fed, soybean-fed, pasteurized dairy. When cows eat green grass and you drink the milk or eat the cheese from that milk, it is very rich in fat-soluble vitamins A, D, vitamin K2, and E. We want to take back our food. We want to take back our farms. The fact that these farmers are being raided and driven out of business is despicable. It's disgusting. What are we going to do if we can't raise our own food? It's unconstitutional. You've seen the movie Farmageddon. There's a new movie out. That's what they're covering. The fact that, all these farms and small co-ops which try to get food from the farmers out to the people are being raided systematically around the country. Monsanto and Cargill and all these big multinational corporations, big ag, they're very powerful and they have really strong lobbies. And what it comes down to is nutrition for our children and basic human rights to raise our own food.
At this point, I think the cows are a little smarter than us. People, please stand up, please speak out, please support James Stewart. We're trying to raise money so that he can to post for his bail or to help with legal costs. He was doing a service to many people so they could provide themselves with healthy food that they believed was healthy and that they chose to eat. I'm Sarah B. This is Sarah B TV. Thank you for watching.